Hi Librans, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, and here is your star forecast for April 21st through 27. Quite an interesting week, Librans. And even though you may feel like you want to rest after the lunar eclipse in your sign, that total blood moon that we could all see in the US, it was quite amazing. It was like something out of Twilight. I kept thinking that Arpats or the other one was going to go running through my backyard, doing backflips. I was kind of like thinking that way. The coyotes were howling. It was very surreal with that blood moon. And that, of course, was in your sign. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. The patterns that are happening this week is that there is a cardinal grand cross. And a cardinal grand cross is where the four cardinal signs meet up, all in the 13th degree. Mars in your sign is the first catalyst, retrograding to the 13th degree of Libra, setting up the fourth point of the cardinal grand cross, the major crossroad of 2014. The four players on the pivotal points of this grand cross are all at the 13th degree of cardinal signs: Uranus in Aries, Jupiter in Cancer, Mars in Libra, and Pluto in Capricorn. Symbolically, a cross is a universal symbol of death and rebirth. Astrologically, a grand cross is a pattern made up of 4 points creating 6 difficult and challenging aspects. The exact alignment of these 4 planets meeting at the crossroad of cardinal signs is considered by some to be a symbol of the transition from the end of the age of Pisces to the beginning of the age of Aquarius. It's also considered to be a call that it's time for the world to change, which is Uranus, to expand its horizons, Jupiter, to mobilize its forces, Mars, and to transform its institutions, which is Pluto. If this energy is not used for positive purposes, the picture could get ugly in the form of earthquakes and tidal waves, which is great when you live in LA. And things getting blown out of proportion, which is Jupiter, wars and bloodshed, which is Mars, and social, political, or economic disasters, which is Pluto. On a lighter note, because that's kind of as dark as you can get, on a lighter note, the same day as the 13th degree cardinal grand cross, April 23, Mercury moves out of Aries into Taurus, taking a second trip through Taurus, slowing down communication for the next 2 weeks. Although we are still under the shadow of the grand cross, there are 2 celestial lights that will send a promise of hope for the future. Jupiter pairs for the final time this year with fixed star Sirius on Friday, April 25, having the greatest effect on children, women, and real estate values, which is very interesting. It's interesting too because Sirius is what we call satellite radio in the US. If you've been to the US, they ask you, do you want Sirius radio or satellite radio? You get like 500-600 stations. It's like it's crazy. It's interesting that they called it Sirius, Sirius. Actually, it's very interesting, being that it is an astrological symbol. So someone involved in the satellite radio is obviously an astro buff. So strap yourself in. Aries, Cancers, other Librans, and Capricorns. You're the ones who are caught in the crosshairs. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you again next week.